The year is 2021, and we are going to discuss the Nick Cage movie Pig. My name is Bradley. To my left,
Bran.
to my right,
Really?
Christopher.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a synopsis for this movie?
I do. A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregon wilderness must return to his past in Portland in search of his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Do you recommend Pig?
I do recommend Pig. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Brian, do you recommend Pig?
I do. Good. Christopher?
I do recommend this movie.
Oh.
Wow, look at that.
Clean sweep.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure how you guys would have.
So here's the next question I'll ask. Is this the best Nicolas Cage movie?
No.
That's a good question.
I was going to say best serious Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh.
That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because like Mandy, is that serious? Is
If
that funny?
anything, maybe top 5 best serious.
Yes.
Something like that. Because it almost brought him back, like
Top
to,
3?
It's
I probably have to go through them.
Yeah.
To see his top 5, his top 3 serious, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was up there.
And it's so weird because if you just look at the synopsis of the movie, it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Even
And
the trailer isn't
Yes.
great.
right. But for whatever, I mean, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Allie tell me this morning that her and her fiance last night were want to watch a movie and they were going to look at Pig, and she's like, "This sounds so stupid."
Right.
She told me this morning. I'm like, I told her what it was about this morning. I gave her pretty much the whole breakdown of
Right.
it. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
She was like, "It's nothing like it sounds."
Yeah.
She was shocked.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's shot really well. The music is like, or the soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, I kept on having like that realization like multiple times throughout the movie. I was like, wow, this movie looks really good.
Yeah.
And then like a few scenes later, I was like, wow, this music is really good.
Right.
Yeah.
And even like the acting is like really good.
Because I mean, Color Out of Space, that one was all right, but I forget, there was something about it where I'm like, like something fell short about it.
I mean, it relied on CG a lot.
Yeah, I think
Now,
that's
granted,
what it was.
you could argue you have to because it's an alien species. whatever.
Right.
But there just was a lot of CG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that I forget who directed it, but I think this is their directorial debut as
Really?
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe I read that.
think so.
Yeah, which is crazy to me because of how well what like flowed throughout. Like because sometimes you'll watch a movie, like at least for me. Especially after watching so many Nick Cage ones, it's kind of like, okay, let's get this going. I was hooked.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I looked at my watch. I'm like, already? Like it's
Yeah.
already been?
Right.
Like it was so.
I will say, so man, I am a real fan of these movies that are an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just like
Yes.
It's just a good length for a movie, unless it's like a super epic one. But it's
Yeah.
just when you start getting into like, because how long was Avengers? The last
Those
one.
are getting long.
Those are getting long. Yeah, I feel like 2.5 hours isn't too wrong to say about that. I understand why those kinds of movies are long because they're almost like epics like
Right.
that, and they attach to movies behind them and ahead of them, kind of like Lord of the Rings was, because you can get the director's cut. They're like over 3 hours per movie. But I think I agree with you. More movies should go back down or start going to like an hour and a half because I feel nowadays they just try to stretch and add stuff they don't need to.
Well, that and it's a good runtime, but the pacing itself is really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I feel like we've watched some hour and a half like Lifetime movies.
Yeah. Right.
They're an
That's
hour and a
true.
half, but they just drag.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Bran, I fully expect you to address. I call them prospector pajamas.
What he was wearing?
Which sense it's just long johns.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he sleeps
yeah.
in.
Sand bottom.
Yes, yeah, that was at the beginning when he's sitting there and he pets the pig and he's and I'm just like, that's the life, man.
Hey, man.
He's living the life.
I'm telling you.
If someone's like, here's a truffle pig, here's a place for you to go, like I would consider it heavily, doing
He
something
did
like
have
that.
a sweet cabin.
Like the cabin,
He did?
yeah, the cabin. His setup was pretty nice. His truck,
Nope,
not
that's
so
cool
great.
too. I could have ran a little bit better, but
I like just how when he goes to that one general store or like bar.
Marge,
Marge died 10 years ago.
do you have a phone?
Are you gonna order something?
No.
that's awesome.
I think I like that about him the most in this. He was so honest.
Yeah. I think he's so honest because of what we learn
Yes.
And he's now the product of his surroundings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but so he used to be like this awesome chef.
Yeah.
You know, and then like after however many years, he's just like, nope, I'm done with it. None of this matters.
Yeah, well, it was right after his wife passed, right? I think that's what made it. I think that was like kind of the last straw-ish type
Yeah.
thing. That everything he was doing reminded him of his wife.
Right.
Because you remember they had those wine bottles they gave to the church?
Yeah.
Right.
Go about, like, for him, how does he go about life
Right.
without having his wife? So,
Yeah. Nick Cage, he's a truffle. I mean, he's a truffle
Hunter.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Forager. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he works with this guy who's like a salesman of truffles.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize that was the same guy from Hereditary.
But yeah, someone takes Nick Cage's truffle pig.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, I mean, can we say, I mean,
Well, okay, how about right now? We're gonna start spoiling like,
Yes.
heavily now.
Yeah.
So if you, yeah. So okay, yeah, you find you don't need the pig
right.
to do it for him.
Yes.
He didn't need it.
It was just more of a
It
pet
was
for him.
No,
Yeah.
that was like his like the way I looked at it is when his wife passed, he didn't get over it. And he got the pig, and that became almost like his surrogate, not wife, but another connection.
I mean, I would, yeah.
Well, you see how he broke down when he found out the pig died? Like, he lost it. Like he even said, like, no, it's not for finding truffles. I don't have
Yeah.
it. It's a companion for
Yes,
me.
yeah.
So that's kind of like...
It's very, when you start saying like, oh yeah, the pig replaced his wife, that sounds very like...
but as a companion. As like, as
but
someone
even,
like...
even the word like companion's like,
Really?
but I mean like, I am very attached to my dog, you
Yeah.
know, like most people love their dog. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's more of a pet than companion.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel if it was more of a pet, why did he hide himself away from everyone else?
I mean, people can get pretty attached to their pet.
I guess so.
So was Nick Cage's character really popular in that underground fight club because he was a good fighter or because he like of his chef status?
I think
That-
chef status.
Yeah. That I wasn't, if I had to nitpick anything in this movie, it was that whole Fight Club scene where I was
Right.
like, and it's more just because I feel like they didn't fully explain it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because that's that's like 28 minutes in, and that guy Edgar. And who's
Yeah.
he? Who's Edgar?
Edgar works for that guy right now.
yeah, Edgar works with the big guy.
The big
yeah,
guy. So
yeah.
I'm thinking like...
who's definitely doing shady
So
stuff.
the reason
Right.
that he knows, or he has an idea, at least who Edgar is because it's in that kind of world. But I don't think he went and like he might have known what was happening, but he didn't seem like the type that would like fight homeless
Who?
people. Nick Cage.
Edgar, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Nick Cage
Yep.
fought. I don't think he, and I don't feel like he would be the person to get beaten up. I think they just knew who he was.
Yeah.
And when he wrote his name on the board,
Yeah.
that's why everyone dropped the money type
Right.
thing. So,
So when Nick Cage and the younger guy, they go to that restaurant.
the waitress.
The fancy one.
We've emulsified locally sourced scallops, encased in a flash-frozen seawater roe blend, on a bed of foraged huckleberry foam.
Okay, that made me super
Yeah.
angry.
Yes.
Dude, and that's such a thing
Yes.
too.
Yes, it
where
is.
just a waitress is just going through all the details about this dish, and it's just like I was getting angry.
Yeah.
Just watching her explain it.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed where after that Nick Cage is like, I want to speak to the chef.
I'd like to speak to the chef.
And then he just like totally just decimates.
Yeah. Well, it's great. He eats the one thing and he puts his thumb in the other thing that's in there.
Right.
And yeah, the chef that came out, he wasn't there long in the movie
Right.
but he did a great job.
Yeah.
Like just like face expressions and everything, and that like smile with the sadness, and like it was
Right.
That was perfect. It was so good.
I forget. Nick Cage's like, oh, we got to go, I'm going to go get my pig back or whatever. And he steals that bike.
Oh my god! Like that was the freak out that
Yeah.
you kind of needed. It was like it was perfect.
That, and I think that scene might finally top Harrison Ford.
Yeah. In Hollywood Homicide.
Oh my.
Hey, that's mine!
I don't know. That one's pretty good, though.
If I had to nitpick, the other thing that's kind of weird is, so through almost all of this movie, Nick Cage's like face is all fucked up. It's all bloody.
Right.
But he's like walking into these like super bougie restaurants and no one's being like, ooh, your face is fucked up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no one's like, oh, hey, what's happening?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Oh, and at 108, when he's at the bakery, and I
Yes.
don't know if that was his
Yep.
daughter or someone.
I don't think it's his daughter.
I think it was just someone he used to work
Okay,
with.
yeah. I love when he's looking. So he's like, he wants a pastry. He picks one. He goes to get another one. He puts it back. He
Yeah,
gets
and
another
he
one.
grabs-
Stuff like that. Stuff like that is great. Oh man.
And did you realize that whole bakery scene was just one shot?
Oh, no.
Oh no! Now you say it. Yeah.
It's a 3-minute dialogue scene and it's just a single
Yeah.
take.
It
of
was
them like going through it.
that was like one of my favorite scenes too.
Oh, I forgot what we just watched recently. But one of my main complaints is that all the characters were like super one-dimensional.
Right.
And with this, everyone is like so like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, how all the characters are at the beginning of the film are very different from the
Yes.
characters at the end of the film. And it's
Right.
like people are growing, they're having their journeys.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And it's. I feel movies have kind of like almost stepped away from that.
Yeah.
In
Well,
place
and I
of
do
like the big
think-
explosions.
So this was a relatively low budget movie. So I think that's why there is such an emphasis on character and
Yeah.
story,
Yeah.
is because it's not a Marvel movie where you just throw CG up on the
Right.
screen
Yeah.
and people are like, ooh.
Right.
I think Nick Cage. I wasn't sure if he was the right pick before the movie, but then I didn't know what really the movie was about.
Right.
But
Yeah.
after seeing it, he was the perfect actor for this. I think
He did, he did a
Yeah.
really good job.
Yeah.
And then the movie ends with the Bruce Springsteen cover,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah, kind of a weird song.
yeah, that's a thing that's really popular now. You take a really popular song from at least 20 years ago, and then it's just some indie artist with just a good guitar, and they slow it down, and it's just like, I mean, yeah, she had a good voice.
What if it was Sir Mix-a-Lot?
If the song was,
Baby Got Back.
I'd be.
I thought you were saying Sir Mix-a-Lot doing an acoustic cover of Bruce Springsteen.
That-
I want to buy that.
that would have been great. Yes.
Yeah, that probably would have made me angry also.
I'll find something.
A little bit of trivia. So apparently, there's nearly 1 hour cut from this movie.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And that's the thing. So we were talking about how like the pacing is so good. So it's like, I don't know what would have been in there. Or if I would have liked it.
Right. Yeah. I'm
So,
glad. Like, I mean, who knows? Maybe the other hour would have been even more.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
but they did a good job.
Yeah.
Right.
They did a really good job at this. So,
Brand, do you still recommend this movie?
yes, I do. This is a movie I would own and rewatch. Yeah, definitely.
Brian, do you recommend Pig?
I do.
I recommend it as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I would be curious to hear like a director's commentary on this.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I actually after I watched it, I went on Amazon. I'm like, what do they already have as a pre-order thing?
Oh, nice, yeah, yeah.
And of course they
I know.
don't.
Yeah.
But it is definitely something that I would want to own.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll do it for this time.
Yeah. It will.
Until next time.
Good
journey.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And even better yet, tell a friend.